Hello and welcome to the Onward VR Master League. My name is Chumbake, my co-caster James Boak. We are so down and ready for this matchup, James. I mean, these two teams you are familiar with. You went head-to-head with them in the round robins, in the semifinals, and the grand finals, right? The Raptors for season 15. How you feeling today?
Yeah, very familiar with both the teams and the players playing today, and I expect quite a good matchup. Quite similar teams as well, in my opinion.
I think my favorite part about Onward is that, like, it's just so complex. We can always talk about chess and checkers, but frankly, in my opinion, with my limited and amateur experience with Onward, it really feels like Go, chess, and checkers. I really feel like there's a whole nother level of complexity in Onward compared to other VR shooters. Audio, movement, all those factors, I think, just elevates it to a whole nother level, a whole nother category of its own.
Yeah, there's that combination of like sort of planning things out, but then also how you adapt to situations which evolve throughout the round. Both these teams are good at both of those aspects. Will have general plans and general layouts, specifically more so on defense, but also on attack. But they also can adapt really well. And they've got that mindset, as you talk about.
For sure. I mean, you know, other teams on other games like Breachers and Veil, they can communicate even when they're not in the round anymore. We don't have that luxury in Onward. Proximity chat is a real thing, and that also is another barrier to communicating freely. Like, if you're right next to an enemy and you know that the enemy is right there, if you say anything, if you communicate anything other than radio clicks, boom, you're found out. Your location is exposed. And these two teams have shown, Dark Tidings especially, and Raptors. I mean, I don't think there's one over the other who's shown more. Just more effortless adaptation to the game and to the developing metas. Dark Tidings has been one of the top teams that have come from basically nothing. Raptors a little bit earlier, but they also came from nothing, and their proficiency in coordinating, I don't know, tell me about it, because you watched them grow up.
Yeah, Raptors went through that very rapid evolution. I think they came about with 1.8. With season 10, they rose pretty rapidly. I think season 10 they might have been in the semi-finals. Round in Challenger Cup, right up there, right by the end of the season, which isn't that many weeks, and they put in a lot of work to get there. But then they adapted their style and grew as well. So they changed their style. They were sort of maybe a bit more aggressive, a bit more fast-paced, but then they realized that they could really play more of a thinking game and a teamwork game, and they adapted to that. Dark Tidings, probably a similar sort of story. It's hard with Dark Tidings because I know all the players before they're Dark Tidings, so it's sort of hard like differentiating between Dark Tidings and pre-Dark Tidings times.
Sure.
But they've become a name which is synonymous with that top 10 an Onward team, the top 10 type team, and they do play that game which does have the teamwork aspect, but they do also have players who can throw out that wild card. You've got players on both teams which can throw out wild cards actually. Particular players which you need to watch out for: Nomad with his ability to cap, especially late round, very smart thinker in terms of his capping. Soldiers on Raptors for the push out defense spots and reactive type shooting. You might see a bit of marksman doing lots of good, call outs and getting things moving as a team. Those are some names to watch. Love a lot, always the top killer. Lots of names which are known by many on both these rosters.
Known by many, and we're right now being watched by a lot of, I would say high-profile viewers, players on other master teams who are greatly involved in the community. I just realized I don't have my webcam up. I will have it next round, but first map, Egress. I mean, talk to me. Raptors defending this first OBJ in the far north. Dark Tidings. What's the verdict here? I mean, they're a really slow team. They're good at the long angles, and this is their map pick starting off. What do you expect here, James?
The subjective can play into that slow approach, especially with the spawn Dark Tidings got. If they can get that control of this northeastern corner, that could play to Dark Tidings type approach. But they need to watch out for players like Soldiers flanking on them. Messino in a relatively common spot here, watching that sort of location. Dark Tidings should be ready for that. So that's what I want to see. Like from a Dark Tidings type setup, I'd be looking for them getting control of this northeastern corner. And then sort of working their approach around from there. I don't think they're the sort of team which will attack through the key shop and through the motel. Yeah. Raptors, pretty tight defense it looks like. And they'll react to where the first shots come out, where the first picks come from.
Oh, Soldier was ready for that one and a pre-fire to finish it off. AK-12 finds a headshot onto Crazy Dave trying to contest the red alley, and the AK-12 shots are heard by the Care Bears. I think they're stacked up pretty nice right now, but the Raptors defense, they've shown incredible performance in the semifinals, especially on this map. Soldiers clutching things up in a 1v3 against this exact team, so there's a little bit of that history going on here tonight. Another find through the smoke. Care Bear goes down, and right now Raptors, they have the numbers advantage. They are ahead, and they've managed to pick off a few of those Marsoc stragglers. Could we sum this up to be kind of an uneven Marsoc push?
I was just about to say exactly that. I feel like Nomad and Toxic are a bit offset from the rest of the approach here.
Right.
You've got Lovelot just went down to Marksman quite close to objective, whereas they really needed to get that control of the northeast, as I mentioned at the start of the round, before really pushing through that center. Make it so the defense can't rotate. Ideally, get a couple of picks, and then the rest of the push can work its way in.
So far, we've heard no distinct call-outs from Dark Tidings, but Onward could be just a little finicky. That's another thing I love about this game, the fact that there are no, team chats. You have to look at the tablet. You have to be aware of what's going on independently, and if you're not, then you're not working as a player on a team. It's very, very, very difficult to play this game, but also extremely rewarding. I think that's why it's stuck around for so long. Dark Tidings, one of the few teams that have come out of an old team led by Baggins. It used to be called Scared Hitless. And these few players that kind of blossom into this full Raging Master team, they specifically play with each other because they've got such great chemistry. And I think your team, Mayhem, is also known for its incredible chemistry and perseverance.
Almost one of those games where teamwork is so important. So I don't know about Dark Tidings and Raptors policy, but a lot of what we do from like a recruiting perspective is we're not necessarily looking for the person who shines the most as a player, as an individual. We're looking for someone who will fit in as part of the team because that longevity is so important. And I think you have similar sort of attitudes within Dark Tidings and Raptors. Nomad here, potentially something we want to chuck the camera onto.
We're just witnessing
dancing time.
Sunshine just shaking it out, yeah.
One thing to note with Nomad and his position, he's moved through snow, and snow in Onward doesn't make huge amount of sound. So Messino probably is not aware of his current location, and there's going to be a bit of a short distance engagement coming up.
Yeah, as Nomad continues to push right now, Dark Tidings, they're looking pretty slow. They're very hesitant. It's a 3v5, so Raptors, they have the kill counts. Let's see if they can pull it together here. Mark 18 in the hands of M16 in the hands of Nomad. What a headshot! Big pick.
Huge pick. It's going to result in some rotations here. Or not. Not yet. One more wood.
Another headshot by Marksman. And they might be cornered here. Nomad swings it. They're not there. Marksman tucks back in at the perfect time. Nomad misses that chance, and the call-outs fly out from the team Velociraptor captain. Less than a minute left. Dark Tidings left to just 2. They found 1 pick. I don't know if they have enough time here. Oh, almost a double, and Soldiers just wants it. Big double! Not quite.
Oh,
One left.
Sunshine's having controller issues, it looks like.
TK out onto Tiger Striker. Oh, Care Bear just... Oh, no. What are they doing? What? First point.
Pity. It looked like he's having controller issues there. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a timeout now. His gun trigger finger got stuck. He dumped his whole magazine and then ended up with no gun in his hands.
Oh, man. You hate to see it. You hate to see it, especially from a player like Funshine. Luckily, they didn't. They might have messed up on the trigger finger, but they definitely didn't mess up on that joystick. Running away from Soldiers, hearing that AK-12 around the corner south of gas station. Yeah, they escaped death for one moment, but they didn't at the last.
Just losing those couple of players early, with I think it was Crazy Dave in the underground, and then Love through this sort of middle passage, really slowed down the attack there. They didn't get that setup they needed. They didn't get the utility on the objective.
Right.
Technical problems at the end there, also becoming a big factor, but I think it's the start of the round which didn't allow Dark Tidings to do the setup they would have liked to really attack this objective. Big blow. I think this objective is relatively attackable of the objectives on egress. There are certainly ones which are much harder to attack, like the motel. So this could have been a chance for them to get rid of that Marsoc disadvantage caused by their map pick.
Gotcha. Jeez. My gosh. Yeah, it does seem like we might be going into... Love has confirmed Fun controllers are broken. That's a hit. That's a hit to the team. Arguably one of the better long-range shooters on Dark Tidings. Controllers out. Yeah, 4v5.
It was all the dancing. I think all the dancing broke them early round.
We've got some league news for you folks tuning in. We've got a few people watching Lamp as well as Peas. Anthony Sims with us, Jessica, Kalinon, and Smith. Thank you all for watching and supporting these two master teams. I mean, they are really master, but right now things could go the wrong way for them if Funshine is out of the picture. We have some league news for you folks. Let's talk about the VRML Con this year. It's going to be a live event featuring 4 different games. We've got Onward, we've got Breachers, Veil, and X8. And you can buy tickets at VRMLCon.com. That is VRMLCON.com. You can buy tickets, 1 ticket good for both days. That features all 4 leagues. And there will be cash prizes, but the pay-your-way tourney is a little bit TBD. We'll see about that one. I think it's a timeout.
Looks
or
like
not.
it. We've had
Every time I say something, James, things happen. Like, it's genuinely infuriating.
Funshine has dropped out of the lobby though.
We'll see if they let's see. We'll see if they end up starting us off. We have some people not readied up yet, but this may have been a short impromptu timeout from Dark Tidings. Legally, I say this would have to have been a timeout. Correct me if I'm wrong, James.
I believe so. There's things where teams give a bit of leeway. Certainly teams where they know each other like this. But I would say it's probably a timeout. If it delays the round by more than the round time, it's a timeout.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean that 1 minute 30 has definitely gone past. Or I guess, folks, I'm scared to say ad break because right then and there we might get the round starting. So I'm just gonna surprise fate. We'll be right back.
Kicking down all the doors, guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids, and for their kids, it's kids. That's wealth, years and years. Promise my brother, soon as he out and finished his bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey Onward lovers, welcome to VRML Clip Contest Live, a new video series where you, the community, have the power to choose the very best Onward clips. This week's theme is Sending the Uplink. Have you or your friends capped on a live cast? Clip it on YouTube and put your submissions to VRML Clips on our Discord. The community will then vote live on stream for the winner of the top 4 clips. I can't wait to see your submissions for the Onward VR Master League.
Hello and welcome back. Round number 2. My goodness. And we're here. Dark Tidings are back on defense now. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. My name is Chumvik, co-caster James Boak to bring you this hot master tier action.
Just having a little bit of a look at the setup here. A bit more spread out by Dark Tidings and Raptors. Similar sort of locations, similar sort of cover as you generally tend to have, but maybe a bit more spaced out from the objective. Fun Shine a bit further out than Marksman was. Toxic Pains watching a different part of the underground combined with Crazy Dave. And then we've got our northwest cover, Love and Nomad. And we'll see how the Raptors setup goes. They did get what I would say is probably the less preferred spawn of the southwest. And setting up a line across the map right now.
Right now, things seem pretty slow from both teams, but I'm confident with the way Raptors are set up here on the map. We'll see engagements shortly. Yeah, I think what Raptors are really, really, really good at is having that coordination, but I feel like sometimes they run out of time. We've seen them run out of time, and sometimes we've seen them play a little bit too slow. But when they do decide to play aggro, they're brilliant. They're absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, and this position by Fun's going to be pretty important. If he can get a pick without getting like accurately identified where he is,
yeah,
then it could compound.
Because this position's
however,
hard to find, right?
It's hard to find, but also very hard to rotate out of. You look at where his rotation options are.
Mm-hmm.
If they can identify that's where the shots came from, they can trap him and deal with him. You know, Raptors are pretty good with utility. They might use that. And
oh man, look at that!
yeah, it's getting so close. I've seen lasers like glancing over the head.
Gosh.
Yeah, but so these lasers, if you're not aware, the players cannot see these lasers. They're only on caster view.
This is what the players see, folks. They see nothing apart from bodies. This is just for our viewing experience. Makes it a little bit easier to understand what's going on and what they're looking at exactly. Yeah, I mean, for now, Funshine is arguably the only Volk that's extended here, east-ish.
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna hit first, because that's what I love about Raptors as well, is that they move as a pack, and they're all to some extent moving in unison here.
They're moving as a line up, but some of them are not supported. So Marksman's like penetrating by himself through the underground. So if he goes down, there's no chance of a refrag. Coach probably will end up crossing a bit by himself. Tiger Striker and Soldiers are working together a bit, but they're moving, and the Tiger Striker's likely.
Oh!
Wow, big trade.
Somehow a trade, but Tiger's still up. That's going to be a res coming out from Raptors, and yeah, once again, they find numbers advantage.
Yeah, huge trade coming out. There's going to have to be a little bit of rotation adjustment from Dark Tidings. Raptors should be trying to push to take advantage of that. Crazy Dave, though, getting that steer position and rotating back out.
I mean, yeah, I love just how fast Crazy Dave operated there. Found one and rotate immediately off. Not enough time for Raptors to react. And just like that, 4v4 right now for Dark Tidings.
They are going to let Soldiers get control of this northeast. It's going to be a case of whether the rest of the Raptors are going to support it all. They're very much coming through the middle and west. I'm not sure where Messino's going to try and go. Maybe down through the key shop, but they haven't cleared anything else there. I would have thought with the pick in the east, a rotation to really support what Soldiers is doing would be quite wise. They don't have to. That's the thing. You don't have to attack through everywhere on the map. You can choose to ignore a section of the map and go through other locations. And sometimes trying to go through every part of the map results in just lots of individual engagements and individual picks.
Jeez, what a pick by Messino. That's quite the headshot there onto Crazy Dave. I mean, that's a difficult head peek to find, but they did it with the silenced AUG. The Raptors, they're keeping up. it was kind of a landslide win for them on their Volk round because Dark Tidings just lost one of their own, and it was too much to handle. But for now, Dark Tidings are keeping up.
I think that times, as you said right at the start of the round, time's a big factor. Soldiers are the only one here really in a position to attack the objective.
Right.
Marksman, if he attacks, he's going to make noise. Toxic Pain will take him out. Messino's just going to have to make noise to move at a pace rapid enough to get onto the objective. No man will take him out. So it's only really Soldiers who's got a chance of really disrupting the defense.
Oh, Marksman spotted. AK-12s ring out the peak. No way. The Mark 18 finds the headshot onto Toxic. What was that? From the team captain, they've cleared out Garage, and here comes Messino now, pushing on. Care Bear sees him, AK-12, handles both, and they handle all three! The Mad Lad! They do it once again! A 3K in the NA semis in Season 15, and once again here in Season 16. Point goes to Dark Tidings. What was that?
Time was what that was. You saw them all run in because they got that little beep at 30 seconds on their watch, and so they ran in without clearing corners and all that sort of stuff. If they'd given themselves 30 more seconds, there would have been better utility on the objective. They would have walked in, you know, as a better pairing and with the chance of like, okay, one of them goes down, but then the next person can really deal with the defender. They ran out of time. They technically didn't. They had 4 seconds left, but practically, in terms of their setup, they ran out of times.
Absolutely spectacular performance from the DT King. Oh my gosh. I mean, look, listen, I play fast-paced games. They're both diamond. Hold on. James, I've been calling them masters this entire time.
They're basically masters.
Come on, they're basically masters. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I just noticed that. What was I saying? Shoot, I completely lost my train of thought. Oh, I play fast games. James, I know you don't particularly like contractors or breachers, but listen, I play them because I enjoy refining. I can't seem to get a better IQ and succeed at Onward anymore, but I do play different games to refine my mechanical skills. Listen, that's hard. That 3K is hard because you're processing information and flicking. In Onward, it's not about multi-kills, right? It's about using the information that you have and applying it. And right here, Love has displayed an incredible ability to essentially multitask mentally and also just act on instinct. Those were quick frags.
Indeed. Just to clarify, I do like breaches, and I do like contractors on both of them on an individual like play level. I just don't enjoy them as much on a team play level.
Oh,
like,
gotcha. Okay.
They're a great game for me to like. I love just letting off steam playing them because they are that sort of game.
Same for me, yeah.
Have a bit of fun.
Okay, we're on the same page then.
Contractors with some of the nostalgia aspect of some of those maps. You know, I grew up with those maps on Pancake, playing them.
Those modern maps are beautiful.
Yeah, or what are they? Are they Call of Duty maps? They've ported over to it basically, and I just love running through the game and being like, this is so familiar.
Exactly.
So yeah, I do love the games, and I do love it for the exact reasons you gave, which it is that fast paced, but that tactical teamwork is what brings me back to Onward.
And speaking of tactical, look at Dark Tidings. They're cutting through like butter here. Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the way they move. They are... Onward has now become truly a movement-based game. Off of the 1.13 update, the movement rehaul, we're really thinking about movement and the speeds in which you move. And here in VRML, we've established rules, for preventing movement exploits. And the way Dark Tidings are positioning themselves, beautiful coordination.
Yeah, so Onward, both through the developer intent, but also with how it's been positioned within the lineup of VRML, is that slightly more realistic. Not fully. It's still a game, but it's more about tactics and teamwork and accuracy and all that sort of stuff. And some of the limitations of the game do unfortunately have to bet rules around them. And so that's what these teams are very good at doing, is doing that sort of movement in a way which is a teamwork type movement and a tactical type movement, rather than necessarily just full aggression like those games you're talking about, Breaches and Contractors.
Right.
Also.
I mean, right now, Tiger has called out something from Garage, but right now they are being swarmed.
Yeah, one's on box of garage. One's on
So
box of
surrounded.
garage.
Love here.
Mid-street.
And a relatively common spot, so they will be looking for it. It's going to come down to timing.
Oh. And that timing was absolutely brutal.
Love spotted him.
Oh
There
my
it is.
gosh!
I got the one that just shot.
Good shooting. Great shooting. Tip of the head. Popped a little tip of the head and it's gone. Big hole here now. Wow. Okay, now huge hole. Huge hole.
And there's Coach trying to rotate back down. Nomad is ready for it. The gas station is completely vulnerable. Revive does come out. We're still in a 3v5, but Coach downed, able to offer some call-outs, but not an optimal position here.
Coach's position in terms of call-outs is
Oh
powerful.
my gosh.
They should almost not... I was just about to say they should try and not get to him so that he can call things out. They are a bit trapped here, though. Has anyone crossed? Love has, and Love
Get
of course kills him. All right.
Out of here.
Love's shoulders must be a bit sore.
Carrying like crazy.
I think it's 3 kills last round and 3 kills in the round we just had, and then 3 kills the round before that, I believe.
Absolutely brutal. Jeez, what's their KD now? 6-1
6-1.
against Raptors. That's an ouch. That's an ouch.
And that's not uncommon for Love. He's without having the stats, I would guess that he is the top fragger for Dark Tidings. Maybe someone in the chat, Kale, could let me know. Yeah, I'd guess Love would be right up there. I know he's certainly one which we worry about from a kill perspective when playing Dark Tidings.
Love and I mean, I guess William is now no longer on Dark Tidings, but William used to be quite the shot.
There's 3 main things we worry about. Late round caps, mainly from Nomad, and you need to make sure you got that objective locked down because he'll find some sneaky way in. The ability of Love to just absolutely dominate kill-wise, and the drone buzzing around by Kale. Those are the 3 things which are like Dark Tiding things we talk about intent.
Jeez. I mean, we were trading Volk rounds there for a second, but here comes Dark Tidings managing a
Much more
Marsoc
Marsoc.
one. Yeah.
This objective, again, is very Marsoc, though. It's actually really hard to defend. There's so many approaches through it. So get a little bit of luck element. So if you get the first couple of picks on defense, you can relax a bit. But it is, in general, more Marsoc.
Interesting. Something to look out for.
Might see a
Folks?
Nomad cross to the south here for a bit of a late extended line, looks like. Let's see how else they set up. So a danger here to watch out for is the cap from the outside here on Cam 3, as the defenders are just running straight past it.
Right.
That's actually quite hard to defend players coming in through that northern approach. If they can get onto that outside, they can cap without coming around the corner. You can also cap from inside, and then obviously everywhere outside within the radius of the objective. Nomad's position here, whilst a powerful one in the south, is going to end up in probably not getting many or any engagements with how Raptors have chosen to attack this. It's whether there's a crash back to the objective at the right time to pick Raptors from the side, or whether Toxic and Dave just deal with the Raptors as they approach through the north from the west.
Got a north in contest here. Dave, we'll hear these footsteps. So this is also another area. Wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold on a second. We got to keep an eye out on Dave here.
Is the C4 above?
No way.
Has he chucked the C4 up there and then he's gone under?
There's no way.
That's what it looks like he's done. I'm searching.
Search that stairwell, because that's ridiculous.
It's a good tactic. I like it. If even if he hasn't done it, it's a good tactic. I like it. Can't see it.
Where is that? Oh, found it.
It's on the outside, is it? Okay.
It is. We have a crosshair all the way out in the middle of nowhere. Funshine has a long angle, and we'll be able to give out a quick call out of any movement in north. I believe they call it cat now. They call it cat.
Wow, Soldiers has an approach to objective here without getting spotted. And as I've mentioned earlier, they can't hear these footsteps on the snow. He can get on objective and cap.
It's not impossible. Wow. Messino, down goes Funshine, somehow loses it. Marksman, a second headshot of the night, a third one, I believe. And look at this.
This is a cap? This should be a cap here. It's whether Soldiers just goes for it or not. Heart rate's gone up.
Good smoke by Dave, by Marksman. Dave, we'll see it. Wow, Tiger goes down inside the garage. Footsteps by Love. This is getting really tense.
I'm just sitting here watching Soldiers and being like, are you going to go for it? Because this is... No one's checked it. No one has checked it in a good minute.
Nomad has calling out Messino. So yeah, okay, there's pressure unknown to Dark Tidings there in the north. But Messino's being called out, and that actually indirectly is a problem. Soldiers, the snow.
Toxic.
Yeah.
The snow. It's the snow. And that's now Toxic is covering the line he needed to be covering.
Beautiful.
But wow, there was a window and a half for a good length of time.
But Soldier was doing the right thing. They were waiting for their teammates to come on.
Teammates.
Oh, wow. Don't find a second. Yeah, I think Raptors lost their window.
It would be good to have that little, a little bit of crunch on the snow, I feel. As you can see, like, Toxic was able to just run. Crazy Dave now on the rotation behind.
What a finisher! A headshot of their own. Finding one here in the north. It's all left up to Coach and Messino. Messino is making moves, and Nomad does give out call-outs. Messino hears those voices. They can't go for the confirm now. They've been called out, and time is ticking. Oh, shoot. Love lines it up perfect. Finds one.
One left.
And there's that call-out. Echo 1, Care Bear. May find a multi-kill. -1 in garage. And Nomad, can they see from here? I don't think so.
Wow, what a round. What a turnaround. Just the decision to take it slow there by Soldiers has resulted in a... Well, it's not over yet. Let's see what Coach does, but could result in a 3-point difference.
Absolutely.
Soldiers gonna have to make... Yeah, gonna have to make noise.
Wow. Look at that. 8-1 KD. This guy is...
6-1 was good.
8-1 is absolutely insane, out of this world. Dark Tidings, map pick, 3-1 right now. It's looking good for them, James, right?
Indeed, and they got away with it. Not gonna lie, they got away with it. The objective was not covered there for a long period of time. Soldiers, a player who has often done some really aggressive plays, deciding to play it cautious, really cautious. He's a quick capper as well. could have been on it. Cap would have been out. They wouldn't have heard him, as you saw from the snow when Toxic Pain did rotate. You can't hear the snow. So yeah. Oh, heart rate up for most of that round.
Yeah. I don't know. When I first saw that 3K by Love in the NA semis, my jaw dropped. And being able to clutch all three, pushing onto OBJ in the last 4 seconds. Man. Love has kids, doesn't he? I believe he's a dad.
Yeah, what are you saying? All those dads are slow.
Well, God, I mean, esports players generally aren't in their middle-aged eras. I just really am impressed by Care Bear. Crazy.
Some of our best players in a bunch of teams are in their 30s, at least. We can represent.
The end of the left valley over here.
Roger.
Next OBJ is in the north
I'm just gonna
warehouses, and it seems that Raptors are taking a very extreme approach at this defense. They're going very hot and heavy and very moderate, it seems.
I do think this plays more into Raptor styles. We saw their first defensive setup, and it was good. To be fair, it worked. But there's like soldiers being pushed out. He does it well. Sometimes he over-rotates, over-flanks, goes hunting a bit too much.
Right.
But in general, he's a pretty good push-out player, and he loves this underground.
Down they go. Toxic.
He goes down.
Toxic catches that one. A big
Toxic
pick, but
making a liar out of me. Huge pick. Frees up an approach, and also soldiers is so far out there's no chance of refrag. It's so early in the round that the location of those shots basically mean nothing. That's the problem with push out positions like that. If you go down, you're often not helping your team at all. Sometimes it's better to be in a pushed out position and just be alive, even if you don't get any picks, because at least you've shut down an approach, and often you've shut down a disproportionate approach by being pushed out. In this case, doing the opposite. Coach there with that throw, giving away his position. Messina with the rotation could help out though.
oh, it's a little too far. But oh, what it does catch!
Ow!
What?
That little gap. No man's not going to be heard here, I don't think.
Oh man.
No man, not trusting the snow sound.
Oh. There's that revive, the 2 Care Bears. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, a trade! Headshot from Coach, and that's a 3v4. Soldiers going down. Messino next. This time it's Lovelot. Another headshot, this time with the AUG.
Raptors can't rotate fully here because there's also the hotel approach which they need to worry about.
Right. Marksman, I like Marksman's positions, but it's so exposed. It's so exposed. Luckily, Tiger Striker has a nice angle onto the north. But there's no guarantees right now. With 2v4, it's a big ask, and Dark Tidings just 1 point away from taking this map. Looks like Raptors will be running to their map pick, map 2, but we'll see.
Outside clear.
Their fate is still in their hands.
Seeing the build up here. Dark Tidings won't over push it. They'll set it up. But yeah, a lot of action did go on very early in the round through those probably overexposures. Certainly an overexposure by soldiers, and then definitely also an overexposure by Messino. Coach just getting caught out by being trapped in a position which he couldn't rotate out of easily. And now, the objective defense. Dark Tidings should get good control. Oh, there it is. This should be the round.
One down, OBJ.
Just like
Big
that,
hit.
Marksman's exposed positions get taken out. Toxic riding along this wall. It's all lift up the Tiger. They're inside the warehouse, but that's not the only cap spot as the M203 from far away. Dave inside the hotel. Toxic pushing up. Tiger may find this pick if they're ready for it. Hear the footsteps.
That smoke is not just oh, that's a good smoke too, except Toxic will get blinded, but that smoke's not just a visual obscuring object. Oh, it could be a cap. Toxic would be so blind in here.
Get out! Get out of here!
Striker gonna be able to see him. You might see him just on the edge of the smoke.
No way! He doesn't see him! Oh, no!
Good shot.
Just like that, Dark Tidings, they run away. 1 point. They eliminate the last remaining Volk. And it's 4-1 on map 1. Egress. On we go to map 2. My name was Chumbate, co-caster James Boak. We'll be right back after this quick break. Check out these replays.
It's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey Onward lovers, welcome to VRML Clip Contest Live, a new video series where you, the community, have the power to choose the very best Onward clips. This week's theme is Sending the Uplink. Have you or your friends capped on a live cast? Clip it on YouTube and put your submissions to VRML Clips on our Discord. The community will then vote live on stream for the winner of the top 4 clips. I can't wait to see your submissions for the Onward VR Master League.
There's Taquito again, flying out, rifle in hand, catches 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Mitchell is right on top of it. And there's a double kill that comes in from Cozy from get to the EMP inside. Two fires. Oh my God! No! That's 5, 4, 3.
Hello and welcome to the Onward Master League. My name is Chumbe. James Boak is with me here today. Round 1 of Snow Peak, and we are really far out, but we've got Raptors on Marsoc, North OBJ. How you feeling, James?
Yeah, good. I like Snow Peak. It's one of my favorite maps. It's this objective in particular is one which is very hard to attack, especially if you allow the defense to get ground. And there's a lot of RNG in the spawns, and unfortunately for Raptors, they've gotten the spawn which gives you almost no ability to shut down the defense. So as we can see now,
hey, is there any in the barrels?
we have a
or
defensive setup with
some
some very pushed out players.
Exactly what part of the Hescos he was on?
Some call-outs about Hescos.
How are you feeling, chum?
I'm all right.
How's
I'm
life?
doing okay. A little stressed out, but, you know, that's just college and VR for you. Nothing new, really.
Oh, real world? No, it's not. Yeah, what
Real
are we
world.
talking about here?
Hey, aren't you the frickin' rocket engineer?
Mechanical. I've done various things with that mechanical engineering in my past, but yeah.
See, you know how to hustle. Not me.
Oh.
Not
As
anywhere
a massively
close.
overworked myself in my past. Yeah, sure.
What the heck? How the flip did that not catch him? Man, the corner, the tip of the Hesco. Protected, love. That was brilliant.
There is a drone up in the sky above the north hangar, trying to get some intel.
Yeah, Lakeside
Should be
Tower,
spotting out fun trying
he's
here.
at the
front
metal
out.
fence next to
Is
the
that battery?
Hescos.
Marksman dropped his tablet. I don't know how I heard it and he didn't. Marksman is calling out something on the lake, to which Messino will be running into shortly. But Marksman without his tablet, I mean, that's a fumble, quite literally.
Yeah, I'm not with Marksman. Maybe not so much with the cap because you know we're going to look at be setting up for kills and stuff. But he is an IGL, so he should be needing that tablet in order to realize where his teammates are and
I
such.
dropped it somewhere, I guess putting it on my back.
Marksman actually realizes.
Just called it out then, yeah.
Yeah, he realizes, and I mean, Raptors. If there's any team that can adapt to an inconvenience like that, it's Raptors for sure. Tiger does get caught. AK-12 with the 2x. Coach may hear these footsteps inside. Indoors, it always gets easier hearing those audio cues. But again, no guarantees. Soldiers wins that one.
Needs to confirm the body though.
Yeah, Coach could hear these audio cues and could confirm, but for now, there it is.
I got him confirmed.
Nomad's position could be huge, but also could get picked. It really comes down to positioning and timing here. Marksman coming up on Coach. Sorry, Nomad, sorry. Coach is on the other side of the map.
Oh, man. Wow! Nomad,
Wow.
Utah. I mean, they must have heard those gunshots being fairly far away. That was a pretty short. Those were both pretty short util tosses.
I think he's just worried about the person pushing up on him. That was the immediate danger. Marksman, they're not taking the time to line up the shot and paying for it.
Yeah. He's on my tower. My tower.
Potentially should have ditched the foregrip and taken AP rounds instead. Because basically any hit on the back would have downed the player
Right.
without body armor.
Let's see if he can snag a pick here. 12x. That's a pretty zoomed in gun right there.
I believe it's actually a 6x. Just
It's a
as
6x, gotcha.
Yeah, and then you can toggle it to 12. It says 12 in the 10. I realize.
Some sniper shots going out, and Marksman is going to relocate. Scanning the
Good thing here is
horizon.
that for Raptors is Nomad is distracted, so he's not covering the lake, but there isn't that lake push occurring until Nomad goes down. Wow, Nomad coming out on top.
Nomad, not quite found by Coach, and less than a minute left. Here comes Raptors. absolutely
one more dead
smoked
bunker.
by Nomad. The call out from Nomad. Yeah, I don't know what they can do with this.
Time
Really,
again. Look where Messino is with 40 seconds remaining.
this
Look
is a
where Coach is.
it's a really tough position because they have to get rid of Nomad in order to cross onto OBJ. But as you said, James, time is ticking, and there's not much that they can do now.
As for Raptors, it's not their end of round speed. The end of round speed's good.
Got him in the
It's
west.
the fact that they've left themselves so far away through the middle of the round. So they need to speed up their start in middle of the round so that they don't have to go so far at the end.
Got one.
Because yeah, it's round over.
Yeah. A little disappointing, as you can hear Messina. Whoa, a little dance. Top things off. You love to see it. I'm liking that movement. Messina ducking down, avoiding some shots. First round, 2 Dark Tidings on their defense in the North OBJ. Yeah, I mean, it's official now, I think, James. We're seeing Raptors across matches struggling with timing. And it's concerning to see the NA finalists into the World Cup struggling with a concept like this. I mean, this is really unfortunate from the Velocity Raptors.
They're trying to get picks too much during the middle of the start and middle of the round. And a team like Dark Tidings, whilst they are pushing players out, the rest are tucking. And they're not giving those picks. So if you're not giving them the picks, then Raptors need to move, but they're not moving. So a few mistakes there from Raptors in terms of that sort of early and middle round push, especially when you've got a drone up. Like, you can clear locations, and the attacking players should be working on that information and really pushing to take that ground.
Right.
Marksman mistake made with dropping the tablet, obviously, but also like AP rounds. If you got a sniper rifle with 12 damage in the power of the marksman team, then you want those shots to, you're running semi-auto more than likely anyways, and you want those shots to actually down the player. If he managed to down Nomad there, it would have changed the whole entire round. Nomad ended up taking out marksman. Nomad took out some of the attackers across the lake as well. They would have had the ability to pencil in. But, again, timing. They relied too much on getting that pick first time around, and because they didn't get that pick, they threw their whole time out.
Gosh. Round 2. Let's see if they can scrape something a little better now.
94, 37.
I think we'll see Soldiers doing a similar sort of push-outs, whether he can tuck and not get picked. The Dark Tidings have gotten probably one of the best spawns in terms of locking down the map. If Raptors had gotten that spawn, Nomad would not have made it to his spot.
Fuck, one push bunker. I
They've
missed.
given away the spawn though.
North.
Soldiers is pushing based upon it. Potentially spotted by Funshine there. Looks like it. Should be calling out that Soldiers could be pushing through. But Toxic
I'm gonna
Pain
shut
is
my
not
mouth.
reacting to it.
This is a tough spot. It's a small sand wall. But it is off meta.
It's whether Nomad has a drone. He is a drone user. I can't see one on his back. I'm not sure if they show up on your back.
They do. They should. I don't think he
His
has it.
tablets don't, but pretty sure drones do. So Nomad is a drone user, not to the same level of proficiency as Kale yet, I don't believe. But he is a drone user, and that really could have identified exactly where Soldiers is. But
Right.
Not today. Still in the setup phase. Interesting that so many members of Dark Tidings are opting to come off this northern approach and go to middle/south, burning up time. Almost a third of the round down already.
They really are burning up time.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're clearing and covering yet.
I think the wrench into their plans was Soldiers making it past Nomad, or one of the bears. That call out seemed pretty panicked, pretty frustrated. I think Soldiers being a little bit more conservative than what Dark Tidings may be expecting will also be another part of kind of informational asymmetry. I don't see this, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. You know, I don't play competitively. I haven't played competitively recently. If this is a recent or kind of strange spot, but I wouldn't be expecting this. Absolutely not.
I haven't personally seen it used. It's a good spot, and as Soldiers is doing exactly what he should do as a push-out player, and we talked about it on Egress, where he's made it to a power position, he's shut down a whole approach direction.
Right.
He's actually done the best thing by being spotted, because look what it's done to this attack.
Yeah.
Half of the round gone, and they're just frozen, basically.
Right.
So he's eaten up a bunch of time, and he's just existed there in a position which gives a bit of ability for the defense to relax a little bit otherwise. So this is what you really want from a push-out type player. He's not trying to get picks. He's just there. He just exists.
I think the difficulty now for the Marsoc is to kind of find him, because until Soldiers is picked off, they're going to have to worry about him somewhere, being somewhere, someplace. For now, Crazy Dave is looking really close, but Tiger Striker also in possibly a bit of a pickle.
Problem is, Crazy Dave's going by himself here, and he might get lucky with timing.
Wow.
He does get lucky with timing. Soldiers just getting way too peaky there. I was going to say, because he was by himself, if Soldiers killed him, then that's even better for Soldiers. There's no refrag, no intel on exactly where Soldiers is or anything like that. So I think with push-out players like that, one thing you can do is just avoid them. You don't have to deal with them. Like, if you avoid them but are aware of them, like, you can still push your attack through, and then they have to do the move to come behind you. But it's looking pretty good for Raptors right now still, just because of the time factor.
Yeah, Coach was tagged. Ended up in a bit of a firefight with an M16 there in the far west. Tiger Striker is aware, and so is Coach. The callouts should have come through, and there's that AK-12 again. Misses, not quite. We've made it across, and a piece of util there on Bunker. Dark Tidings are 5 up, and Soldiers again picked the first one to get picked out. A huge, huge find by Tiger.
Yeah, time's going to be the big factor here. I think it's early to call it, but I think it's going to be very hard for Dark Tidings to push this attack in, unless Raptors get too exposed in the bunker. They really need to have already dealt with Tiger Striker, and then they're going to have to also deal with Coach now. And that's probably the round.
I mean, Tiger Striker is known for the PKM, especially before the movement update. Tiger Striker was an incredible support player, but they are actually nailing these shots with the AK-12. 2 dead on the lake, and it's all left up to these 3 contesting the bunker and now making it a pass to Coach. The AKM doesn't lock in. Toxic deep inside territory, does get tagged. Messino is the one to find the pick. More shots from Marksman. It's Messino finding Kerber. It's all lift up to 1. Dave, they hear the AK-12s and the penetrations go through. 15 seconds counting, ticking down. Dave saw a flash of Tiger. The AK-12 flashes past, and Tiger finishes another one. Absolute flurry of gunfights on Snow Peak.
There's a subtle thing which amazing into the round. I want to jump straight into analysis.
Yeah.
Because let that percolate for a little bit. Straight into the round. We saw all that setup from Dark Tidings, but again, just time. Soldier's doing his job. He died, but he did his job, and Dark Tidings just ran out of time on their approach there. But just wanted to highlight one little aspect of what Tiger Striker did there. He had a position which was relatively exposed, and then when he realized the time and he dealt with the west, he rotated further around to the north so that they really had to come around to dig him out. And then when they realized they had to forget about him and just try and go to the objective anyways, he then came out and got them from behind. So it was just a good little reposition by Tiger, a conscious reposition just to stay alive for that little bit longer, and it could have been a telling difference in the round.
I don't see that from Tiger a lot. I'm going to be straight with you, James. I really see Tiger as somebody who's hunkered down on OBJ, plays off well from his teammates, but I don't see him as kind of a centerpiece of a Volk or Marsoc push. And I have full respect of Tiger Striker doing an incredible job in the finals of last season, but this was a new display of performance and ability, in my opinion, from what I've seen of Tiger. And again, I've only started really casting season 14-15. So there are 3 seasons where I haven't seen Tiger Striker really in his element on Raptors. But you know, from what I've seen, you tell me what you think, James.
I think it's because he's not bringing PKM anymore.
Gotcha.
It's because he's got a rifle now. He's grown up. He's grown up to the rifle. No, it was a good performance indeed. And he had the right position at the right time. But sorry, I got a bit distracted there. I was looking at what was going down. Coach getting the first pick onto Nomad. That's huge. And so Raptors this time. Last time they got a bit unlucky with their spawn on the last objective. They got the objective, the spawn which doesn't give you control. This time they've got a spawn which really gives you control. They've got that north approach, which Soldiers just needs to slow down a little bit, let Marksman catch up.
Right.
But they've got a lot of control of the map now. They've got south, they've got middle, they've got horseshoe control. Dark Tidings have compressed right down into objective. If I was going to call around right now, I'd say Raptors should get this. They should do their push in through the north. Soldiers will do his thing where he gets someone behind those boxes. It's whether there is a C4. There is a C4 that could be useful.
I think that's what they're clearing right now.
Yeah, this C4 though, it's a bit further around. I'm not sure if the blast. They might spot it. They might spot it. It's right. It's here on camera 3.
No, I know. I saw Dave place it, but that drone.
Okay.
The question is whether the drone can see that. It's in a really strange spot.
Really hard from that angle, actually. Look, because there's no light.
Right.
Yeah, the light is normally what gives it away, and that's just a block from the north angle.
Between the objective and the snow ramp.
Marksman is saying something though.
So, it'd be the west side of the hall. The shelving unit boxes.
I don't know what he means by that, but
Something about the shelving unit boxes?
but the drone seems to have. Where even is the drone? Oh, there it is.
Ooh, and a flashlight too. This is interesting. So they're very much ready for that north approach. They're letting them have this first corner, which will give them a false sense of security, and then they're going to rely on that C4 to deal with them as they come up to that next box where the flashlight is. I wonder. All right. Don't know if you could do it for this particular placement of the flashlight, but I'm going to put it out there. I wonder whether you could place your drone in front of the flashlight to block its light.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't know.
Is it going to get spotted? Is it going to go off prematurely? Is the blast radius going to get him? The smoke could make it go off prematurely because they won't be able to hear the footsteps.
Not as much, but yeah, that smoke could have been on the doorway, but instead they put it far. Oh, Toxic! What a shot with the AK-12. Snags one. The captain's out. Raptors left in a 4v4. The early pick by Coach evens out the odds a bit, but that was a brutal pick.
Interesting to go that side of the box. You can go around the left side. The soldiers can go left side here.
Just goes to show you.
It gives you a bit more protection from the next lot of boxes along.
Just goes to show you how gutsy a player like Soldiers has been. You know, since they started playing on Raptors, they were one of the first founders of the team, and they've been playing ever since. Soldiers clutched up season 12, didn't they not?
Yeah, they are definitely a clutch player. I wouldn't be surprised.
Very aggressive.
I just want to see if he's going to spot the C4. It's right there in the corner of his eye.
But it seems to be blending in right now.
Crazy Dave sitting there with his clacker. Coach coming in on him though.
Maybe. So it's a big maybe, though, eh? It's a big maybe.
Big maybe. This isn't it. This here, again, Raptors have used all their time, but they're getting away with it on this objective because... Oh, big trade. They're getting away with this on this objective because of how close range it is.
Big maybe, no more. Big maybe, no more. Coach finds one, and Dave collapses. The North deteriorating for the Volk, and big util out.
You shouldn't be pushing it.
Oh, man. The AK-12 snags a couple rounds onto Soldiers. Soldiers, look at this! The faith in this player. Oh, love a lot. Shuts him down, and Tiger from the back cleans up another Marsoc round for Raptors. Beautiful plays here. Beautiful plays. I think
could
Coach...
see that.
Yeah.
You could see there how that defensive setup by Dark Tidings really played into Raptors' style there. You could see it from the start of the round. Raptors setting up. They got a little bit lucky, the Raptors. Crazy Dave going down to Coach. Coach doing a lot more work than he's realized there by taking Crazy Dave out, because Crazy Dave could have also dealt with Soldiers with that C4. But you could see right from the early round that compressed style of play, and the fact that Nomad went down early played into the ability for Raptors to set up. And because Raptors got that close spawn and could take the map early, it meant that even though they were really slow, it still took 5 minutes.
Yeah.
They were close early, so they could take that 5 minutes and still be effective on objective.
I guess we just don't notice when Raptors do it right, because they're just, you know, they do it right well. I still will say that Raptors have a knack, have a tendency to run out, but that time you're absolutely right. They really timed it perfectly. They played very slow, but they kept up. They kept up that pacing.
I think if they'd gotten that south spawn, maybe it would have been a bit harder for them. You know, that outside south spawn, that spawn, you know, the dud spawn, they might have struggled a bit more because they would have had to clear a lot more of the map.
Especially in
in fact,
the north.
They're just able to, yeah, exactly. And Nomad would have had a power position pushed out, but because they could take that and they got that pick early, it gave them that confidence to up their tempo a bit more.
Gotcha.
We'll see how their defense sets up though. I'd like to see Soldiers doing a similar thing with Semi pushed out but staying alive. And we'll see how else it goes.
Yeah, this round will be definitely interesting, folks. Round 4, Raptors defending. We've got KD's up on the screen. Soldiers saying that they've got to turn up. They're playing like dog poop. I don't think they are, but they're doing some interesting stuff. And you know, right here would be James in Tiger Striker's position, throwing out a nade.
Would have gone to the where's the frag? Oh, come on! Oh.
I go for it. We lost one.
Cleans up one, but the other Care Bear made it across. Tiger Striker will hear those footsteps. Oh, almost a TK there. Flash out, doesn't catch anybody. Tiger flying out.
Man, that should have been a double. It should have been a double with a frag chucked in there on the quick push through. It is something. It is one of the few frags you can learn.
On the east side, two on the east side.
Most of them are situational. We're going to talk a bit more about this, but there are some you can learn, and that is one of them.
Wow. Marshman finds Tiger Striker.
And they're letting him do it. They let him move through because, wow.
Incredible work.
Oh, he's coming back.
I got three's call.
Yeah, Soldiers trading outside.
Only downed. Enough time to go for the rotation. Revive. Crazy Dave looks like he is going for it, which means that Toxic's probably just going to sit there for a good few minutes. He might have a few minutes just to relax and chat.
Yikes.
It's where the Raptors get a bit antsy, and they're all moving, which is... They need to just settle down.
The fun shines out. Seems that Dave wants that revive. But beautiful callouts. I have to say, Tiger Striker identifying 2 footsteps to their right, and then they narrowed down that callout. They specified and said 2 on the east, and oh man, that just made me feel very good inside. I love it when those types of good callouts come out, and the teams have no possible miscommunication happening.
Yeah, if you're using left and right, it's subjective.
Exactly.
You need to be using east and the west, you need to use a relative to objective type callouts if you don't have a specific name of a location, relative to some known feature if you do have location names.
Hey, I'm gonna go
And
back.
teams like Raptors, Dark Tidings, they're going to all be doing that stuff correctly. That revive coming out on Nomad, they're going to go into a setup phase here at Dark Tidings after a bit of a hectic start to the round. But Raptors do have a good tuck in position now. They have given a little bit of the approach from the west from Horseshoe, but between Tiger Striker and some reactions from Messina, we should have good objective cover. As they set up, there is a question in the chat about the drone losing charge. I believe there is a battery on the drone now. I think it's about 2 minutes. I'm sure Cal or some experienced drone user can provide a more accurate
Toxic, how does that
number.
tunnel look?
Yeah, Kale, speak up. Speak up, Kale. We need you.
It did have a period, and it did have a period where it didn't have a battery. It had an unlimited battery. It started off with a battery of about 2 minutes. It went to a period of no battery, unlimited battery, and then it's now gone back to some form of battery, I believe. It's also much less loud than it used to be. There used to be a tactic where you would drop the drone on the roof above someone on the objective, and basically you couldn't hear anyone approaching. It was incredibly annoying. Alright, Toxic Pain slowly clearing his way up.
Yeah, very slowly, and Tiger has pushed out, but I'm not sure whether Dark Tidings has picked up on those audio cues. Speaking of drones, why is it that the Volk drone is not allowed? Like, what is broken about it again?
The major aspect of it being broken, there were a couple of aspects, but there was a major aspect in which it can basically see through objects. They don't render for it.
Oh, jeez. That's a tough one.
Yeah, so that was the major factor. It also had used to, I'm not sure if it still does, but it did used to have a factor in which you couldn't see it from a certain distance away. Where's that M203 smoke? Interesting location on that.
Marksman, suppressed
Oh,
tar,
danger close with-
smokes
They
out
need to
from
watch out
both
for
sides.
Nomad
It's looking really dangerous. Messina and the team captains from Velociraptors putting incredible pressure onto Marksman. Multiple smokes, multiple audio distraction.
Yeah.
Tiger Strike has to be careful to not TK.
Yep,
Here
coming
comes
out.
Dave.
Crazy Dave.
Oh my gosh. That's it.
Team kill.
It's all over.
They haven't cleared it for a long period of time. Why have they not cleared it?
Dave, wake up. Wake up, Dave. It's time to cap, and there it goes. Oh
Should
my
have been shooting
gosh.
it periodically.
Dark Tiding
Wow.
run back to the tent. 2 more points into a 3-2 against Raptors. Here they go again. Another lead, this time on map 2 as well.
Yeah. Raptors should have been aware of that.
They
They
should
know
have been
that
more
that's
aggressive,
happening.
more proactive.
You have to be proactive. I've got everyone's, not everyone, a lot of people would be aware of my personal opinions on smoke caps because it does result in those sort of need to do disproportionate reaction to it, basically. So like the fact that Raptors, to really clear that, had to run out and get out of there, expose themselves and potentially get picked and all that sort of stuff in order to clear it properly. I'm not a huge fan of that, but it is something, it's part of the game and you have to deal with it. So Raptors there did need to deal with it a bit more effectively than that. Util on it, flashes, frags, Molotov, great use of Molotovs, particularly on that objective. That's one where that box cap is a particular danger, and Molotovs can, last a similar length of time as a smoke. So, smokes come out, chuck a molly in there, buy yourself a little bit of breathing space. Don't have to go in yourself. So having defensive setups with those sort of planned countermeasures would be something you'd expect to see at high levels.
Yeah, Raptors, I think a little rusty, clearly. A lot of mistakes, but mistakes that we're identifying because it's not like them to make mistakes. We know them to be really quite good, but we'll see.
One factor here is that they're missing a major pivot player, so especially on Snowpeak. Rypick is, I think, their best Snowpeak player, if not one of their best general players. And he's also quite a controlling pivot for them to work around. So they are missing Rypick, and that is a huge factor. I don't think we can understate how big a factor that is. Try and set up. Not the easiest zooming through tunnels, is it?
No, especially not with this lag in the server. We are getting some...
Sorry, go on.
No, go for it. I'm not saying anything
I
important.
was going to say that think the viewers right now would be, if they could see my camera work, would be pretty happy they've got you.
Well, I'm also not perfect either.
I slammed into about 30 walls trying to make my way through to this Nomad and Coach approach.
Now, what I don't like about Nomad's position is that they weren't quite in range to hearing footsteps in the east tunnel, and we do see some movement from soldiers come out, and yeah, hopefully that works to Nomad's advantage, and they're able to kind of collapse behind the offense. No guarantees that'll happen.
One's back in the hangar, back by hangar.
But look
big pull out
at
by
this.
there.
Oh,
and the spot. And Kale's in the game.
Kale's in the game.
Kale.
Can't confirm. I'll go.
That's
go
why
first.
Kale 7-2 KD from Tiger. What a performance.
Indeed. Wasn't sure if his performance on North Hangar was just a luck of position. It seems it wasn't, and he's dominating right now. Want to see some soldiers of old. Going slow, and just where's the old soldiers? He used to be top killer and all this sort of stuff. Be good to see him.
I think
they. A bit of aggression.
I think they neutered him or something.
Yeah, what I'd like to see, like as a general thing from Raptors, something to sort of get themselves out of this slow surrounding setup funk they've got a little bit. Like, it's good, but they're just taking it maybe a little bit too far. They're very good at it. Don't want to take away from that, but they've maybe taken it a step too far just in their timing and how long it's taking them. I'd love to see like just run all together and clear a zone and get close to the objective first, and then spread out. So like take your ground, working together and then spread out. I think that would work quite well with their style, because their late round approaches are good if they give themselves time to do it. So working their approach to allow themselves to have that time would be quite good. No one outside in the north here. The pincer clear coming from soldiers and Tiger/marksman.
Nomad rotates and
Tiger's aware of soldiers. Soldiers should be aware of Tiger. Yep, they're good. Now this is a famous location for a C4 here on this passage. It doesn't look like there is one on this north passage.
Give a smoke.
Tiger's got to be careful to not walk into these lines.
Yeah, Dark Tidings again have given Raptors the ability to set up. Nomad is still slightly off objective, or not quite in the room, or is he in the room? He's in the room now.
Nomad's in the room, yeah.
He's in the room now. So they've again allowed them to that setup as per their last defense, which Raptors came out on top, attacking wise. So let's see, it could happen again. They are setting up well.
I'm liking this. I'm really liking this.
Oh, almost a team kill. Wow, no, Tiger's gone in too early. What's he done?
The east door, I think east door.
Marksman calls out east door. Crazy Dave gets smoked out from the team captain.
C4 surely. Crazy Dave is the person with the C4 previous round.
Do they have that clacker on him? They do.
Big
blow. Nobody's inside though. What a nade from Coach!
Right in front, on the box.
Oh! Oh, and
big
Coach
support
cleans
by
it up.
Coach
A
and
nice
support.
headshot. Marksman is downed. The odd shots don't connect. It's 2 left on Dark Tidings, and Messina is just right behind them.
They need to pause here. They need to let Messina be close so that he can come in at the same time.
Shots flying everywhere.
But he does. Messina's going to come in. It's going to be huge. It's going to come down to time. His soldiers opting to come through the same doorway rather than entering on a complementary line.
Finds.
He's actually called 2 out with that. Would have loved to have seen an approach coming in from the other door by soldiers. There it is, soldiers. There you are. Finally, he turns up. Finally did something, he says as well. Oh.
And we're here.
That's what I expect to see from soldiers. Bit of aggression, 2 quick picks. Saying, I finally did something. Maybe that's woken him up a bit.
Yeesh.
Right. Again, Dark Tidings doing that, allowing Raptors to set up around the objective, and I don't think that's the best tactic to take against Raptors. As you've seen on the last 2 defenses Dark Tidings have done, when they've allowed that to occur, Raptors have really capitalized on it.
Yeah, we'll see what they do on round 7, folks. We'll be right back after a quick water break. My name is Chumbate, co-caster James. We'll be right back.
Guarantee you, boy, fast forward, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the grind on the cards is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey, Onward lovers.
Welcome back, folks. Round 7. And Raptors, they take their Marsoc round win. Chumbate here with James Boak. And Dark Tidings, they seem to have a similar spawn in the south here.
Slightly further out in terms of the tunnel, but just about 30 meters to the west of the spawn.
Oh,
which
okay,
Raptors got.
Not
Yeah,
quite.
maybe. Yeah, I thought it was the same when I led you astray there, just before we came back in.
Oh, good,
but
oh, good.
I believe Raptors got inside the garage.
It's just Nomad down here, and I'm not sure who they'll go up against. Maybe it's soldiers. Who is that? Oh, it's Coach. What do you think about this one?
I quite like the spot.
Okay.
The problem I have with it, there's a slightly, in my opinion, a slightly better spot if he takes about 10 steps backwards, because he can actually rotate out of it. So if he comes back to where camera 3 is, he can still see that same line through, and he can duck away and get out without getting stuck.
Right.
Whereas now he's a bit more exposed because he's close to the corner, and it's a bit harder to get out. I think you can jump over this little barrier, but it's a bit harder to get out. That's all.
Oh, right, because Tiger Striker is here in the north anyways. If they go down, then...
Yeah, he's got his back covered. Yeah,
right. Interesting. Kale had deployed a drone. Oh, and I did hear the drone for just a split second there. Not
Wait,
sure
you're
where
telling
it
me
went.
Kale has a drone? What?
Not exactly the news of the day, but yeah, I think both of these positions are very exposed just because of who they're going up against. Dark Tidings, I mean, Raptors actually brought it to a 3-3. Dark Tidings, they seem to have a head start. Then came Raptors, and now here we go. We'll see. Down goes Toxic. Soldiers finds a pick. Wow.
So, Love approaching in here through the north as well. We got map 1. Oh, I'd
Echo
say
1.
pull away at the wrong time. Map 1 top killer versus map 2 top killer. Tiger Striker pulling off though. Going back inside.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight Toxic has that M16, and that's a triple burst, or a triple round burst. Oh, overcooked by Marksman, but that triple round burst is really, really hard to master to turn into an automatic weapon. You have to pull that trigger perfectly, and that takes a lot of time to master. I attempted it for season 15, but my gosh, does it take some effort.
It's a good weapon. The 3-round burst. It's not huge recoil off it. He's probably got the support version, so he's got a bunch of magazines as well, so he can just sort of suppress. That's one of the things with the M16 is there is a support version of the weapon.
Nomad. I'm sorry, I said Toxic by accident.
Yeah, understood. Well, I understood, but now the chat all knows, which is good. But yeah, it's a good weapon, good choice. Probably not the best choice in terms of rifles, but if you got everyone taking rifleman already, someone has to take support or specialist, so it's right up there. You can get used to 3-round bursts though. M16, A4, you see a bit more of that. You see a bit more of the Commando this season.
Yeah, the Commando. You really need
I got that door.
you really need to lock in with those burst fire weapons. It's really hard to kind of assume that, because I feel like once my gun stops shooting, I kind of stop aiming. There's like that sort of psychological barrier for me, but clearly Nomad has it covered. Our shot reloads, and
the trick is just to hit them in the head with the first bullet, and then you don't have to worry about
right. Then
worry about the rest. Raptors here also allowing Dark Tidings to set up, which didn't work well from last time with that cat. So Coach here could be important if he gets kills on the outside. This is a very capital objective with smoke again, because you can smoke up certain spots. Ooh. Tiger Striker watching that south.
oh, this could go very wrong for the team captain here for Dark Tidings. It could go very, very wrong. Down goes
Last
Nomad. Finally finding a pick, but Crazy Dave has made it inside. So has Kale. Down they go. Tiger with a confirmed Kale. Swings in, finds Tiger, and Coach takes out
Coach gonna
Glove.
come from behind here.
It's all left up to the drone operator. They've got me stuttering.
Coach just needs to wait. He needs to not go in and clear.
Oh, what?
He doesn't. He sees him.
Oh man, that's so unfortunate. Raptors, they saved themselves, and on we go to map number 3. We'll see. I mean, this is going to be a series map. We'll see who wins this one. Week 8. So, the stakes are getting a little higher. There's no longer that buffer of having a full season available of shenanigans. No, these teams, they've got to start narrowing it down, see who's has a real chance of getting a spot in the close qualifiers of season 16. Wow. Brilliant work. Brilliant work. I gotta say, Dark Tidings, they're not playing. I think people really consider Raptors slow, Dark Tidings slow as well. They're playing pretty well. They're playing pretty well. Dark Tidings, they flew indoors. Crazy Dave. They got.
Looking at this replay right here.
Yeah, guts of steel. These on Raptors as well.
Looking at map performance quickly before we go across, we did have a bunch of kills from Tiger Striker there, and then that cap, I believe, was from Crazy Dave, being probably highlights of that map.
All right, folks, we'll be right back after a quick break. Don't go anywhere.
Guarantee you, boy, if I ask for it, it's gotta be real big. I gotta make it just for my kids and for their kids' kids. That's wealth years and years. Promise my brother soon as he out and finish this bid, we finna do it bigger than anybody ever did. The odds is real big, jobs that's real big. Satan trying a little, my God is real big. Stayed up on the ground and the cars is real big. I gotta do it big, the only way that I can live.
Hey Onward lovers, welcome to VRML Clip Contest Live, a new video series where you, the community, have the power to choose the very best Onward clips. This week's theme is Sending Me Uplink. Have you or your friends capped on a live cast? Clip it on YouTube and put your submissions to VRML Clips on our Discord. The community will then vote live on stream for the winner of the top 4 clips. I can't wait to see your submissions for the Onward VR Master League.
Hello and welcome back. Map 1, Map 2 to Dark Tidings and Raptors. It's up to Map 3 to decide the winner of the series. My name is Chumbate. Co-caster James Boak. An early frag from Love doesn't catch the other, but Messino does go down. This OBJ is absolutely brilliant.
A necessary death there, and sort of showing maybe a little bit of lack of experience by Raptors on this map. I know that's not one of their favorite maps, but you can't run that way because there is a line through from the north, which is very common. So there's a safe way to run as well. So, well, make that mistake once, I suppose, Messino, and then don't think you'll make it again.
There's that confirm.
This is a map which Raptors have banned quite a lot in the past, and it's not one they played a huge amount. It's one they know is not one of their best maps. And it looks like it's one which Dark Tidings know that Raptors know that it's not one of the best maps. But Dark Tidings experience on that particular line coming out on top.
Raptors seem pretty tightly wrapped around the OBJ. I'm not seeing any crazy strats, though the north is pretty weak. They're going to have to hope to the Onward gods that the smoke lines don't obstruct their coverage of the objective late round, but for now Soldiers is manning the east alleys. Love-A-Lot did call that out. They did identify 2 crossed, 1 is downed, and the street cross as well now, James. I mean, developing.
Yeah, they can cross the street in the northeast, which is quite a powerful position to get to. Obviously, Soldiers still there. They can also get this approach from this door just to the north of the scaffold onto objectives, quite often used, and there's no one really watching that. Coach can move to react onto it, and Tiger Striker can see it late. But if you, as you say, if there's smoke, the attackers could be on objective. Soldiers is going to be very critical.
Some pre-fire onto the scaffolding, just as you said. Yeah, Coach redirecting their attention a little bit more inwards as Soldiers is continuously operating in the east alley as they're making a lot of movement, but for now, Love-A-Lot is slowly but surely making their way. Tiger Striker is watching that cross, so we may see down, free fire by Love. Catches nobody. Marksman finds Nomad there on the road, I believe.
Huge pick. Nomad is definitely a danger
Got
on
one
that
confirmed,
objective.
Al, one dead. Echo 4.
Soldiers overexposing
small
again
guy.
on his
He's small's
defense.
Oh.
Definite trend there, which needs adjustment by Soldiers. Tiger Striker, big pick.
Echo 3 from north.
And I love this position by Tiger. A little off meta position, using the new details on the map. What a headshot from Coach, sniping Toxic from the market. And now Dark Tidings are whittled down to just 2 on Marsoc.
They're on Marsoc and very offset, so they don't know any of the positions where that's occurred. Because they're back further back on their attack,
I'm gonna go check out top.
those shot intel is not going to be accurate enough to call out the location at all.
You go
So
upstairs and look west to check the cargo container.
they basically have to attack the objective fresh by themselves.
Someone's up here?
A little bit of miscommunication there, I think, from Dark Tidings. They're trying to understand the best way forward in the series, using the intel that they've got, using the audio cues that they've heard. This is a tough one.
Their best approach is through the north, if they can. But they're not going to do that. They don't have the time to do that. They don't have the intel of what's gone down in the north. But if they knew that,
Did you check the
you know,
fridge?
one was picked
No,
on
I
the
did
cross
not
at the
get
start,
fridge. The one
Casino didn't make it to the north,
broken wall
and
that
they
you like
picked
to sit on.
soldiers in the north. The north is weak. Cal, they're opting to confirm and give that position.
Just pre-firing that tank house. Smokes do come out, but they're more directed towards that
gotta
blue
commit to
room
this
that's
line.
watching. I don't know if they're completely expecting Coach's position.
Yeah, coach position is powerful, and they don't have enough time to clear it, really.
Less than a minute. Time is ticking. Here comes
That
Kale.
smoke for shutting down Tiger Strike has been great, but
one left.
Oh, the swing is just brilliant from Coach. 3-0 KD from the Velociraptor. Volk round goes to them for map 3. Ah, man, I don't know, man. Like, genuinely, Dark Tidings, they've been doing so well. But just like that, numbers advantage, early pick, goes all down the drain after a little bit of a mismanagement there in the south and north.
yeah, I don't know what their tank communication is, but if I were to guess one thing, I would guess that they've sort of set, oh, I'll come in from this direction, and then they've stuck to that a bit too much. Like they haven't, you know, they got that pick at the start. I believe it was Love got a pick on Messino at the start, and that should have been like quite a critical bit of intel of, you know, demonstrating that the north is a bit weaker now. Maybe we should adjust our attack vectors. Maybe someone else should go with Love into the north, rather than just Love being by himself. So it's maybe something where they could. Again, I'm speculating a lot on how they operate. But you know, it's always fun to do a little bit of speculation. And then especially when Love got that pick on soldiers, the north is open. You're not going to put more than 2 out north. Nah, you might. So to be fair, you might put 2 or 3, but not too many more. So the north is definitely weakened massively. So having that approach to there could have been quite powerful.
Okay. Guys, keep your eyes peeled. We have a vote, James. Tell me what you think. For now, we're seeing a lean towards Dark Tidings, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now defending the same OBJ.
Hale taking the same line to cross. It is slightly quicker, but opting to do it with a smoke, which is interesting choice. There's very weak on the northeast approach here with that cross occurring by soldiers. Cal's going to be pretty critical. Crazy Days going to rotate in. Okay, so sorry, back to your question. I'd probably put the numbers on Dark Tidings. This is a map where Marsoc can win rounds, and Dark Tidings are quite experienced on this map. Raptors maybe getting a little bit lucky last round with the start which happened and then what went from there. But this round here is going to be critical. Dark Tidings just need to hold.
Oh,
But if I had to put a vote one way, I'd go with Dark Tidings on this map.
I mean, that's what the community's looking like. as well, but gosh, yeah, wow, Kale just had a very passive angle and now is peeking to the other side, not wanting to contest that broken wall north of them. I don't know what's going on.
A big factor which we need to consider, though, is Raptors are a team which can perform very well under pressure. It almost perform better under pressure. So now that the pressure's on, and it's such a critical map. You saw that on Snowpeak. They were down 3-2, and they pulled it together and won two rounds in a row. You've seen it in other maps where they've been down 3-1 or 3-0 and pulled it back to win. I believe on a different Snowpeak we've casted together with Raptors playing. Big pick, Soldiers. Kale getting a bit too exposed.
Yeah, Soldiers called out. Hey, they spotted some movement there on the dumpster, and just like that, 1, 2, 3 shots with the Mark 18 found the headshot onto Kale. Yeah, an eye for now, but Dark Tidings on the defense. They look a little bit bad, except Dave found Marksman there on Blue Room. Nobody could have expected that pick. Tiger Striker finds Nomad. Toxic with a quick response. AK-12 shuts that one down on the ramp peak. Tank Courtyard has been dealt with. Raptors down to 2. For now, Dark Tidings, you're right. They're coming up ahead, but they have to find a Marsoc round somewhere on Bazaar to win the series.
Yeah, I think they can. Just looking at how some of the mistakes Raptors have made on their positioning, I think they might make another mistake, which really opens a hole, and then Dark Tidings will work that hole. Right now, though, Raptors are not in a too bad position for this objective. The big thing for Dark Tidings here is actually Love. Having Love right out there really allows them to be a bit relaxed about what's going on along the main street, which can be a little bit of a worry. It means that Toxic and Nomad and Crazy Dave can be a bit more objective and focused.
Messino and Love just missing each other. They can't quite see each other. Nomad has rotated off a little bit closer. Messino finds, swings it, suppressed AUG. Not sure if Love will be able to identify. I think they heard the general direction and they're looking there.
At some point, Love will need to move to a bit better objective protection location. And it's whether he does that first and gets picked, or whether he does it after they're moving in and he gets them from behind.
Dave spots Soldiers, and a piece of util goes out. Oh, what a perfect nade from Dave.
What a frag.
It's up to Care Bear to lock this angle
probably
down.
not going to be able to get to him, are they? Love should be able to. We should pick Messino here. He should be seeing those smokes going out.
Yeah, those smokes definitely coming from Market. Call out, didn't hear one.
Looks like he's going to go for the res. It does actually have enough time. It's just he needs to get across the street. Toxic, not watching it. Okay, so he should be able to get across for the res. He needs to be running. He can't stop at all. Can't peek the cross. He just needs to go. He is.
Yep. Toxic didn't see it. Messino does go across, and Soldiers is just waiting patiently for a quick syringe. What the heck is down there? What
Soldiers
did I just...
going down.
What is that?
A little bit of a map. Wow. Toxic finding it though. This could actually work out really well for Raptors, to be honest. It's a really good position for them to be in.
Left side, left.
12 rings out from Toxic. The tension is just palpable. Messino rotates off. Soldiers is ready. The pre-fire doesn't work out. Messino finds the pick. 30 seconds. They will hear the beeps now.
Why did he go hunting? He did not need to go hunting there. This could be huge. Crazy Dave's going to have to do something. He's putting a flash out.
A good flash. A good flash, though. I understand it. I like it.
18 seconds. They need to act. Raptors, you need to act. What are you doing? They had a good position, and then they just didn't act quick enough.
Another double from Love from a mile away on Main Road. And it's
He just moved in just a little bit so he could see that emergence from that position, and then took him out.
Dark Tidings bring it 1-1 against Raptors here. What a close round.
A little bit of util by Raptors there at the right time, and a little bit more expedience on getting out of that zone. Like, the fact that soldiers went down and they both ended up in that location wasn't bad.
Right.
They ended up in the location. Toxic Pain went hunting. They got the pick on Toxic. It was now a 2v2. If Raptors had a bit of util to shut down some lines and make the defense panic, that could have been a different round. They could have put some util on the objective. They knew Love was roughly out in that direction, or someone was earlier.
Right.
And then if they dealt with Crazy Dave, who'd thrown util out and stuff, it would have been a cap potentially.
It could have been. Luckily, Love is known for these multi-kills on Bazaar, on Egress. What can Love not do? Gosh, the poll is looking after round 2, after the end of round 1. Poll is now leaning towards Raptors. Let's see what they think about after this round on round 2.
Interesting. I saw at the end of round 1, I was
Yeah.
actually thinking more Dark Tidings. Like, Raptors won the round,
Yeah.
but there's a bit of luck element. But also, you know, there were mistakes by Dark Tiding too. They didn't capitalize on their attack. To be fair, so yeah.
I think they're kind of cheering for whoever wins. Team A wins, yay! Team B wins, yay! So for now, we'll
change
see.
my vote.
We'll see. I mean, once you put in your vote, you cannot change it. But we'll see. We'll see how it develops.
Just to lock it in. Ooh, okay. It is a bit more Raptors bias.
Here we go.
All right, but an older objective here, one which Raptors will have played a lot over the seasons. That tank one being one which has been added to the game a bit more recently.
The lag is
making
just
into position.
unreal right now for me. I apologize to the viewers. I hope we can get this fixed in the next update because, my gosh.
Take a bit of a Overwatchy type position and I can try and talk about it.
Gosh. Yeah, no, soldiers pushed up well. We'll hear footsteps surrounding them, but look at that! They're on the move! What is soldiers doing?
Oh.
Gosh.
Oof. Well, he's made it in. Did he get spotted?
No, I don't think so. Nomad was still on the eastern side of Kiot, far away from the west window. Dark Tidings, they're well spread out, but I don't know. I don't know about this one. I like the north push.
Pretty good position by soldiers now that he's made it there. Danger getting there, but good once he's there. Then we got a couple minutes of setup time here. Wouldn't expect to see too much action in the next minute or so.
Very tucked lately, guys.
I think what Raptors were also doing on the first few rounds of Egress, or map 1, they were really waiting for Dark Tidings to push out aggressively. But Dark Tidings, they seem a little bit more decisive. Looks like they want control a little bit more than Raptors. They're pushing in a little bit more decisively, and here comes Love.
Again, we see Crazy Dave and Kale being not in a position where they can really learn anything from what else goes down, which was the theme in the last Dark Tidings attack. Maybe they don't necessarily need to speed up, but maybe the rest need to sort of slow down a bit.
Echo 4.
Soldiers there coming out on top. And dropping off his position.
Yeah, Nomad definitely heard that AK-12, but soldiers did get tagged from Love. Love was ready for a position of some sort, like soldiers is, but for now they seem a little befuddled.
This north approach is dangerous. Coach is really the only one to stop it, and he's in a position which is pretty common. And you really can get on objective for the cap if you do get this north side controlled. There's so many different ways you can make it in. So we'll be interested to see how that develops over the next couple of minutes.
The north
halfway through the round.
Yeah, the North seems a little weak from Raptors' side, but Toxic Pain just momentarily had multiple crosshairs triangulating on his positions. Messino found a little pixel peek, not enough. Another peek by
We're seeing a
Messino.
little bit more comfort level from Raptors here on this objective. One which they played a bit more. They're obviously all still up. They didn't lose someone in the first few seconds.
Just pixels away from finding Toxic behind this car. It's Tiger Striker with the AK-12, the rifle boy, having something to say about Mini Market.
With Marksman's position, he can react onto Toxic if Toxic comes in too. Big pick, soldiers.
Oh no, Coach swings at the perfect time. Messino catches Toxic there on Mini Market. All lift up to our lone Dave. The
1v5, and he won't really know where too many people are here. Coach is going to pre-fire this surely. He's going to frag it. Here it comes.
A little too far. Yeah.
Oh, he's made it across. This is pretty big. But he's down to one remaining because this is a powerful position by Crazy Dave.
Dave could have found that pick onto Coach if they just peeked that broken wall, but Dave felt those bullets fly by, and Coach, here they come.
Coach's approach here, though.
Inside, doesn't fall into the crosshairs. Util toss falls short.
Coach heard a footstep from Crazy Dave then. Just at the wrong time. He was just about to move towards the window to peek.
Sorry, soldiers! What the heck? What a play. And the big flank actually turns out successful. My goodness.
That was a better round by Raptors. In terms of their, like, you could tell they were more comfortable on it. Yeah.
They're doing okay. I mean, they're thriving by trading the Volk rounds. I think they're okay with that.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to, I'm trying to think what round Dark Tidings would really want, what objective they want last. If they keep trading Volk, then it's going to come down to what the fourth objective is. If the fourth objective's a Kiot maybe, and depending on spawns, then put a bit more in Dark Tidings' favour. If the fourth objective is something a bit more defensible, then yeah, Raptors I imagine would come out on top. Maybe Dark Tidings are hoping for that other new objective, that southeast one in that courtyard. I feel like they would, just judging purely based upon the Raptors and the other new objective, the tank one, maybe work more in Dark Tidings' favour.
Yeah, I really don't know what to think of this because the community is saying Raptors got this. A sizable amount, 21 votes in total, but a little under half of them said Dark Tidings. Yeah, essentially what they're doing is having faith that sooner than later Dark Tidings will find a Marsoc round. But at this rate, Raptors 5 up, I don't know. It's pretty tough.
Very hard to get a Marsoc round. It's especially like when you're facing a team which might pick the same maps as you might pick. It is definitely a valid option to take Volk and let the other team pick. It's something which we've done, the Mayhem have done against Raptors because we, like basically the same maps. We've been like, well, okay, we like the same maps, we'll just take Volk instead, because of that Volk bias in the game. Oh, and Dark Tidings pushing out quite a lot here.
I'm liking it.
This could pay off for them. It depends on who gets the first picks here.
Yeah, Marksman seems to have the Mark 18. M203 equipped it, and hopefully at some point they'll be able to snag a little glimpse of love.
He's just watching. He's watching it like a hawk, isn't he?
But for now, yeah, but for now, Dark Tidings, they really seem more north focused. instead of OBJ focused. I think there's a weakness there on their south side.
Yeah, they're relying very much on Nomad and Toxic Pain here. And it's going to be hard to deal with Toxic because you can't really see them through these slats, but Tiger might find a little hole here, and if they take Nomad out, then the defense is going to have to collapse massively. And
I didn't see any movement in.
those
Kiosk. He
collapses
might be
can often
behind. He
result
might be
in
behind
a
and
cascade
outside
of
those doors.
losses. Tiger performing very well this match too. So
Yeah, for real. You can say that
you
again.
might expect him to come out on top.
Marksman did call out. They didn't see any movement on the front face. But Care Bear is still on the front face. You just didn't see him. They may see some movement there on South Apps, but not quite. The Tar. Love loves the Tar. And let's see what Tiger Striker can do. Coach is actually uncomfortably close as well.
Nomad's got a very thin angle here. Down onto Tiger. Wow, Coach is just taking it methodically slow. No one north from Raptors. Very different approach.
Well, there is
No one north
Toxic.
yet, I should say.
There is Toxic, but...
Sorry, from Raptors attack.
Oh, from Raptors. Gotcha, yeah.
No one
it's
north.
It's just Coach dipping a toe in the water. But Lovelot is pretty darn scalding.
Love just needs to be patient here. Coach should do a reverse drop down here. He drops. Oh man, I would hate to be in Love's shoes right now. The nervousness of not knowing where the drop down's go. There's Tiger going down. Nomad getting that thin peak onto him. That's a huge pick.
Oh man. A lot of Raptors are moving past the Tar! Love gives out their location, and Coach... Oh, Kale snags Soldiers. I mean, that's a big pick. A slow player like Kale against Soldiers. I mean, you wouldn't expect that. Here comes Love.
Ooh, Marksman's got an approach here with those smokes. Nomad's the only position able to stop Marksman right now. He should know roughly where he is. The smoke hasn't quite hit where he wants it to. He does have an M203, which he should use shortly. Probably to smoke out where Nomad is. Again, slightly too long on that smoke by Messina. They should identify their lack of cover, and the M203 is a great tool to like fill up that lack, because you know it's going to hit perfectly. Smoke's running out though. Coach still trying to deal with Love. He should probably try and just pull off. Trying to search where Love is inside there. It's not going to come out on top. Pull off, come to the south. There it is, yep.
-1 Kia.
Love just finds him.
Going. Raptors, yeah, we're trading Volk rounds. At this rate, Dark Tidings will end up in a 3-3 on Marsoc.
He's let him in. He let Marksman in.
What?
Nomad let Marksman in.
C4 there on the west block, but Nomad, they've taken another very conservative approach, so I think they're prepared to let Marsoc in this area, and they're just not letting them through the blue room.
He's not methodically watching though. If Messino can create a distraction at the right
He may have
time-
seen Marksman, maybe not. It's Marksman.
One dead in courtyard.
Another headshot
That's
with the
huge.
Mark 18. Somehow.
But he needs to act. He needs to act. He needs to act. No, he doesn't act quick enough. There it is.
Frag.
Love reacting back. You saw how quickly Love reacted there. Good awareness of situation. As soon as Marksman shot, Love was sprinting back. And he got the line on. Messina's got a lot of work to do here. The 1v3. Time's a factor again for Raptors. Doesn't have time to rotate. Doesn't have time to get the fix. And it's over.
2-2 now. Messino in a nearly impossible 1v3 or 1v4. Couldn't bring a Marsoc win to put Raptors in a really good position here, but Dark Tidings still kind of uncomfortably needing a Marsoc win somewhere. We've got a lot of people in the chat tonight. Yeah.
This is the chance, though. As we come in, this could be it. This could be a cap. This could be the map.
Yeah, James. I mean, these people are really looking forward to some kind of shuffle in the NA ladder. We've got Fog Cabin, Shawarma, Jake from Skate Farm, Flashby, Wade Watts. There's a lot of, people of note, keeping an eye on things. We've got 30 viewers. My interest is peaked because at this rate, we really might go into a round 7.
Yeah. We haven't seen this objective. No one else has seen this objective yet, but
Keon.
once we see this objective, I think, yeah, with Keon, it spices things up a bit. It's very capable. Very capable. So the next 2 rounds, the defensive side is going to be very careful to not get capped on with both teams beyond 2 points. If we do indeed get 2 more rounds out of this map. Care Bear with 7 kills already. More kills than the rest of his team combined. Care Bear on Dark Tidings.
On a roll. 5-3 from Soldiers, 4-2 from Coach.
He likes the maps they pick.
He does. They really, really do. Round 5 now. Again, Kiat objective. Raptors defending. Dark Tidings could take this one home back to the silver land that they claim they come from. Right now, 2-2. Just 7 digits, and it's all over for Raptors. We'll see if this
No one from
Marsoc
Dark
could...
Tidings watched this movement into this courtyard. And they get across.
I mean, Tiger Striker right now is paying attention inner, but outer. They could get picked right here.
Yeah, I don't see any mid.
Dark Tidings could find a foothold. Completely unaware of this looming presence. Dave doesn't see them either. Oh, God, the Onward timing. Tiger gets away with it, but Coach doesn't. Punished. But let's see if Karma comes all the way around. Right now, Dark Tidings 5v4. Raptors, they've heard that scar. And hopefully Marksman comes clean with another kill. They are peaking.
That's huge for Dark Tidings. It's one of these objectives where getting the first pick is massive. Oh, it would have been good for it to cross. The call to not cross yet was made by Love, though.
What? What? The double by Marksman! Finds 2, but Love is still resible. We'll give out these callouts of a tar-wielding mad lad. But there is a crosshair from the west. Marksman tagged.
I got shot from somewhere. Was that?
I think we're going to see this spot Marksman's using as a bit more of a meta. I believe these boxes are new to the east of him.
Yeah.
So it means he's got protection from both sides now. So I think we're going to see the spot used a lot more. And then there's these cracks in the wall you can use to really cover the north. There's dark stuff behind you, so it's really hard to spot you out from the west. There's a lot of good things going for this position, except getting trapped. Interestingly, we haven't seen a move to revive Love yet. I would have expected that move to come out from Dark Tidings, but no one putting their hand up to do it. Nomad opting for the trying to get the kill first. Maybe.
Down they go. Soldiers swinging aggressive. It goes perfect in hand with Marksman's positioning, and Kale and Dave are left trying to solve this enigma. Tiger Striker giving out audio cues. I mean, this is nearly impossible in my book. A 2v4 with all of your flanks taken down. I don't know what you can do from here. Kale is trying to find a pick, but Messino is the only one on Kiat really hunkered down. Toxic is the only one even, I don't don't know, contesting this. Down goes Marksman on their roam. Could a revive come out, James?
Is he going to try for the revive now? Time's going to be a factor. 2.5 minutes to get the revive. I think he's got enough time. He's sprinting. And that's a huge pick. Marksman may not have needed to rotate back there.
Oh, that's Kale. Hell from
run.
above. They have a chance. It's a 3v2.
He has to sprint. He's going to bleed out. I reckon he's going to bleed out just as he goes to the revive for the syringe. Yeah. I didn't take note of when Love went down, but that delay and oh, he's now sprinting. He might just make it.
Oh gosh, we may see a little Saving Private Ryan drama here. There's the revive.
Hey, there it is. Huge. 2 minutes remaining. Heaps of time. Heaps of time on this objective. With the picks advantage, Cal just needs to keep his overwatch, get front side of the objective control, not allow any adjustments from the defense, make them panic with a smoke at the right time. This should be Dark Tidings' attacking win here. I'm never going to discount Soldiers and Messina on defense, but Dark Tidings have... They've got the advantage back now.
All out from Soldiers identifies Toxic from across the market. It is accurate, but whether they're ready for that north push from Love, that's another question altogether. Early util,
good kill count.
Early util out from Messino, 2 flashes to deter any kind of north push, but now it's late round, and the hammer of just.
Killed one backside.
And Soldiers has to react, and he's going to get picked because he can't get capped on. That's the map. They've identified where he is, maybe? Do they see him?
Not sure.
Yeah, that smoke's perfect. It could be a cap. Soldiers doesn't react quick enough. There it is. Potential chance to not shoot him there and get the cap.
Right.
But... wow.
It's Kale finishing it off with the MK17. That was the MARSOC round that Dark Tiding needed. They have it now, but whether they can actually follow through and find a Volk round that they hit so...
This is going to be a stressful defense.
You got...
It's already a stressful defense. Sorry, we keep starting talking. I'll stop for a bit. I'll stop.
Care Bear got a 9-2 KD. Soldiers carrying with 6-4. I mean, Raptors, they have shown a consistency on Volk, but now Dark Tidings put the ball in their court. It's up to them to bring a MARSOC round of their own to bring us to round 7, or else it's all over right here, round 6. Period. What do you think?
Yeah. Dark Tidings are going to be... I'd hate to be in their shoes right now, to be honest, because Raptors are on 2 points. A cap wins the map for Raptors.
Oh,
so
wow. Yeah.
So what do you do, Dark Tidings? Do you if it's getting a little bit worrisome on the objective, do you basically sacrifice yourself? But then you need to win another MARSOC round, probably on an objective which is a bit harder to attack. So, or do you like set up your defense and risk getting capped on? So yeah, it's going to be a stressful round for Dark Tidings.
Indie Couch in the chat said, James's voice is so soothing it could put me to sleep. Then Chum screams and wakes me back up. I am very glad I do that for you folks. Round number 6. This could go all down the drain, as James so insightfully said. Raptors, a single cap, 7 numbers, and it's all over for Dark Tidings.
And just a MARSOC win, and then Dark Tidings have to win another MARSOC themselves. So I'd still say Raptors are in a good position. They're not in as bad a position as it looks by the scoreline.
Yeah, it's always going to be tense here on the casting desk, witnessing MARSOC set up on a round that matters so dearly. They need, let me just be very, very clear. Raptors need to win this, or else it's over. Like, this is the pressure that Dark Tiding has put onto them by winning a MARSOC round middle of map 3. Yeah, I mean, this is a lot of pressure. Even for a in-season match, nothing in postseason event, it's still a lot of pressure to perform here because everybody's watching in the community.
Crazy Dave's found himself a little crack here in the north. Ooh.
Yeah, very cracked. Yeah, there we go.
Nice little spot, so it's going to be hard to deal with. It does get pre-fired, though, but I'm not sure if they'll pre-fire that close to the ground.
I've seen
I'm sure
Raptors
we'll find out.
pre-fire this one. I've seen Mayhem pre-fire this one, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think when I've pre-fired it,
Yeah.
I haven't shot that low. I'll certainly be shooting that low now, but I haven't shot that low. It's sort of counterintuitive to shoot at the foot level, so might be hard to deal with Crazy Dave. Only one person really challenging him though at this point in time.
Right. Toxic
Raptors very much taking their time to set up again.
Toxic contesting. Oh my gosh, look at Toxic contesting this area, hearing multiple footsteps from Coach, and I think earlier a bit of Messino, maybe not.
With that smoke there, he's probably now unable to hear, so that will have him relatively worried. Raptors putting their smoke out, so they're using a lot of util. Are they going to actually push on it? We saw in the last round that they attacking round they did, where they put smoke out and then they didn't. So, interested to see whether they do this time. Very hard to push in with no picks. Dark Tidings doing a good job of not getting reduced in numbers early round.
Oh, this could work out perfectly for Love. Is switching around. Giving out audio cues, though. Soldiers has ears of a wolf. Kale also in the corner of the map, but not quite. It is Marksman. Oh, gosh.
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wow,
Soldiers!
What a team.
A
What a
headshot,
pairing.
too, James. I mean, these headshots are absolutely insane. Gosh, what am I doing? Tiger Striker going past.
Kale is going to be huge here. Are they going to hear him coming in?
I don't think so.
He's gone quiet.
Oh, Dave is rotating. Oh, Tiger. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, Tiger actually pulls the trigger and Nomad will be notified. The AK-12 doesn't lock in. What a firefight. The swing from Nomad clicks, and it's a 3v4. Down goes Toxic, 2v3, and Coach Messino sees a sliver of Nomad. The Volk are just on their last few legs. Last leg, there's only one. Nomad rotates onto OBJ, and Raptors connect with the Marsoc round. 3-3, folks. Finally, round 7. Here we come.
That's the problem with those push-out spots. One pick on one of the close-in defenders, and everyone had to crash in. And as soon as they crashed in, they got picked. You saw Love get picked by that amazing shot by Soldiers, and then Crazy Dave had to crash in from the north, and Tiger Striker took him out. And then Kale and On had to come in. He managed to take Soldiers out, but he got taken out straight away afterwards. And then it was just a case of the objective, cascading down, defenders getting picked off one at a time, round over. Huge. Now Dark Tidings need another Marsoc.
Folks, you better be voting down in the chat. You better be voting. Yeah, let us know who you think is going to win, because right now, honestly, is there any MMR? Obviously, there's going to be an MMR impact off of this matchup, but there's not going to be any star difference, right? Because they're both diamond.
Don't believe so. I think you have to have a match against the next tier up,
right.
A master, in order to lock in your rank. But I'm not 100% sure. I'm not hugely aware of the exact diamond system.
Right.
Star system in terms of how it exactly works. But yeah, I think you have to lock in and win a match against someone else who has a master diamond, basically, and take it off them almost. Not necessarily take it off them, but earn your spot in that rank.
Right. Yeah, this one's getting a little. Oh my gosh! Wait, the wrecked matchup, folks. Wrecked undefeated again. They just finished their matchup against Most Wanted. 7-0 wrecked, doing it again. They won against Most Wanted 10-7. Back we go into round 7. Dark Tidings on Marsoc, different OBJ now.
You ready for quick shots?
Who do you think's gonna win? And not based on spawn or anything, but just who do you think is gonna win?
Oh, I don't know. It's so hard. I think this objective, Dark Tidings could pull it off. I know Soldiers loves to play that little window, and he often gets a little bit too peaky there. He's not in the window now. He's got behind a block thing. But they're letting Dark Tidings surround them, which might be hard to deal with once they get in.
Guys, if you want to play like James, you don't have to sound very smart. You can say block thing. It's totally fine. It's totally... I'm just teasing.
I've gone and said nothing, basically. I don't know who's going to win this round. It's so hard to...
No, I understand.
It's so hard to call.
Hey, I ask you the difficult questions because there's no way that I'd be able to answer them myself, so... Shots do ring
in
out.
general, Volk bias on this round slightly.
Okay.
But not as strong a Volk bias as some other ones. It is probably one of my favorite objectives to attack. Not necessarily from winning it, just because I know if I get to certain positions, you can basically cap. And you can sort of work the map quite well. But yeah, I don't know how Dark Tidings feel about attacking this particular objective.
Casino was watching, but it seems that Nomad crossed from the far east, not what Messino could have seen. And look at Toxic. I mean, they saw Volk and they really want it now. Whether they'll find it is the real question here.
.340.
Marksman also in a really kind of dangerous spot here. Sooner than later we'll hear footsteps, but
yeah, it's not uncommon. So Thunder Pilot back in the day, one of the members of Globochem, used to be his corridor. He used to prone here and just prone pick this corridor to the north of Marksman. So it's been used for quite a number of seasons. They need smoke though.
Soldiers found Toxic, a clean headshot. But Marksman spotted Lava as well. I'm not sure if they got tagged them. They continue calling out. Down goes Tiger Striker.
Wow.
The sneak attack comes clean. They're essentially on OBJ.
The call out of Marksman's position not quite correct from Kale there to Love. They think he's in the blue room, which is a position you can't rotate back out of.
Right.
Whereas actually he is not in the blue room and he has rotated back out. So could come out well for Marksman right here onto Love.
Whoa. Oh, it's Love!
The timing.
I got the one that was over here. I pushed him. He's dead, Kale.
That's huge. They've got the backside of the objective as well. As long as the front side doesn't push too rapidly and get picked, Dark Tidings should have this. Oh, I heard some body impacts then.
Yeah, like. I don't know if Nomad was able to communicate that, hey, OBJ's dead. I one-tapped him, right? Again, that ties back to the proximity chat and Onward. That's unlike any other game. Nomad is sneaky boy right now.
Yeah, Soldiers is where he's there. He chucked a flash and a frag out on him.
And Nomad actually made some footsteps.
Yes, so it's really where the Crazy Dave can help Nomad out here. Is he going to see him?
Call out from Kale, trying to confirm the enemy count, but I'm not sure if Nomad has called out their kill, so it might be Echo 4 for Dark Tidings right now. M203 from the market. Some shots do go out from Coach. The AKM doesn't connect. They're being pinched right now from all sides.
Soldiers critical position. Wow, big pick. Soldiers only one up. And Nomad knows he's there.
What? How have they done that? M203 on OBJ. Another smoke from Dave, and Kaleon is just flying through. Crazy Dave on top. Oh, it's Kale who finds it. Oh my gosh.
Good job. Good job.
And just like that. Oh, man.
All right, but yeah, it's one of those ones where you can attack that objective, and they got the picks to open up the holes, and they didn't overpush it. Took their time at the right time and moved in at the right time as well. A little bit of unlucky in a couple of positions by Raptors. Marksman not finding his shots on Love, and then eventually dying to Love, and then yeah, I'm sure there was some other situations like Messino looking to the south where could have gone the other way.
Gosh, absolutely brilliant from these players. So what are the impacts? I'm just trying to use some words. What can we expect from these teams now? Going into so week 8 is done for them, right? Week 9, Dark Tidings just won against Raptors. So Raptors has been struggling recently. They really have been struggling, and this puts them further in diamond.
Match tomorrow? Is it?
Oh, they do. Right. They do have a matchup tomorrow that we will be casting once again. We've got all eyes on Raptors. They delayed week 7, this time against Rekt. And Rekt, undefeated. Yeah. Could this be a rock, paper, scissors scenario for Raptors, or is a defeat against Rekt kind of sealed?
No, it's definitely not sealed. Not with Raptors. Not at all. I think there's a couple of things I'd like to see from Raptors, which might, like we talked about a bit earlier, maybe like not being as spread out all the time,
right?
On their attacks. Certainly against a team like Rekt, where they do those flanker type players, those flankers can just work their way through your team one by one, rather than just getting dealt with. So sometimes better to just work together a bit more bunched on attack. Being quicker in the start and the middle of the round. For a team which chooses big maps,
right,
they're very good at clearing the map, but they need to not lose to the downside of the big map, which is time. So pushing more rapidly at the start, and then being able to use their really good late round execution. We saw their late round execution on Bazaar work really well, and we saw it fail on other maps because they didn't give themselves enough time to do it. That's what I would like to see from Raptors, to adjust based upon this match, but Rekt is a very different opponent to Dark Tidings.
Yeah.
Completely different style of play, completely different maps they'll like to play.
Right.
Raptors, if they play their game, should do quite well just by playing their game, rather than trying to adjust too much to like play like Rekt, basically.
Raptors, they've lost against the season 11 Dark Tidings, but will they win against the freshies, the Rekt? My name was Chumbe, my co-caster James. Both of us will be here once again on YouTube Live, this time casting Raptors versus Rekt. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll catch you next time. Peace out.
Onward VRML is brought to you by Downpour Interactive, Helga, the esports manager. Thanks for watching VRML.